Show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel. The fans.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap had...
Thank you, DA. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game.
Here we go.
So the Nuggets win the tip. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Chandler at small forward with Millsap the 4. Jameer Nelson is out there with Harris. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Finding the man who broke free. The great vision of Pau Gasol making that play happen.
Nelson, the pass to Chandler. The feed to Millsap. A rebound by the Spurs. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
Nelson, no one around him. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Leonard attacking, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done. Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
The aggressive approach. Leonard pushing the action, rewarded with the foul call.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Kawhi Leonard right there in the thick of the MVP conversation. We know he doesn't care about recognition. He just focuses on basketball.
He's perfect from the line this time. And Leonard just entering the prime of his career, Steve, absolutely among the top 5 players in the NBA right now.
You're right, Kevin, and one of just 3 players in the league history to win both Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And by the way, the others, Hakeem and Michael Jordan are the other 2.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Ginobili with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And that was a heat check right there. First miss of the night, but still shooting 80% as a team.
And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. The Nuggets 3rd.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Nelson dishes to Harris. Left side, Chandler. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Parker kicks to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
With authority, Pau Gasol turns up the aggressiveness. Always a good sign for this team.
Nelson against Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
That's his 2nd foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Pau Gasol. Denver shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And then for Denver, Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Chandler. And it's Jamal Murray in for Harris.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Nelson, the pass to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Millsap will not go. This is off the front iron.
You know, a little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
They get it back. And again, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 10.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Gotta keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Gay comes in for Leonard. And they say it's a players' league, but we know great coaching makes a difference as well. And Steve, what was a moment in your career where you really were impressed with what a coach had done in practice, a game, whenever?
Coaches make a difference. We obviously understand, like you said, it's a players' league. The players go out and play, but you got to have leadership. And when you have great leadership to go along with great players and great people, you have a chance to win. You might not always win it, but you feel good going through the process. I've had some great ones, and some to stick out. Lenny Wilkins in Atlanta. Talking about a great coach, a great person. And Greg Popovich. To get a chance to play for those two guys has been phenomenal. And I can always look back on some of the things they did. And a lot of moments, Kevin, off the court more than on the court.
Interesting. Well said. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Gay against Millsap. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 4 assists in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
The arms of Gay go on forever, which is what makes him a big-time threat to score inside.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Trey Lyles checked in for Paul Millsap. Here's Murray, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Lyles, 6 on the shot clock. And he converts the layup.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Low block shot. Good D by Nelson. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of
attitude approaching the game.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases, or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the two elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working.
Right.
So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, you know, in this era, everybody likes the three-point shot. I like their commitment to pounding the ball inside.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Rudy Gay. Anderson is out there with Laverne. And it's Mills. And it's Murray in at the shooting guard. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Leonard, he's checked in for the Spurs. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
To the paint, here's Lyles.
You look at Kawhi's work ethic on defense, he's perfected the art.
Chandler kicks to Hernangomez. Now here's Murray, covered by Parker. A second chance effort. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket for Murray.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. You know, Steve, Kawhi Leonard keeps things in his life pretty simple off the floor and continues to drive himself hard on the floor.
You know, Kevin, he's not about the flash. Instead, he's about investing in his future.
In transition, here come the Spurs. Pull-up jumper. Leonard. It's good on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 7.
One of the best in the league at converting off the glass. Leonard's relentless.
Chandler right side. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Hernangomez has got his first 2 points.
He did a stellar job throwing his body into the mix and coming up with the easy tip in.
Parker kicks to Leonard. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Leonard.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Murray dishes to Chandler. Now here's Murray, covered by Parker. Pass to Harris. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. Denver the rebound. San Antonio leading by 7. And it's Gasol penetrating and finished off by Leonard.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Gasol. Kyle Anderson comes in for Davis Bertans. And it's Ginobili in for Murray. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Lyles. Kenneth Faried comes in for Hernangomez. Paul Millsap is checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Nelson is subbed in for Jamal Murray. Denver calls timeout. And Steve, in your playing days, you always struck that balance, I always thought, between calling your own number and creating for teammates. That's a real gift.
It is, and I think the value of playing winning basketball, Kevin, is whatever play dictates making your teammates better or making the winning play. I think a lot of guys right now get caught up in stats. Whatever's the play to help your team win, that's the play that needs to be made.
Well said. San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in, and he's good on the second. The Spurs have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Leonard, the pass to Green. Aldridge kicks to Leonard. They kick it out to Green. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Nelson kicks to Millsap. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Millsap's got 9.
You know, he'll make you pay inside. Millsap imposing his will.
Ginobili with the ball. And it's Nelson picking him up. Nice shot by Ginobili.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And here's Harris from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Harris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Ginobili attacking. Here's Aldridge. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Millsap. .44 seconds left now here in the second. Nelson, no luck. San Antonio leading by 8. Anderson dishes to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Let Aldridge get to the rim. You know you're in trouble.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
This is where the play calling comes in. Let's see what they got.
Millsap. It's rebounded by Leonard.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
takes the 13-footer. Great positioning on the putback. Anderson's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Millsap. Connects on the 17-footer. He's got 11.
Great spacing afforded by Millsap shooting. It opens the floor for his teammates.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs going into the break with a 10-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break is... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. He had a very shaky performance in their last game, but it has not affected him at all tonight. What a tremendous first. And that will conclude our...
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. San Antonio leading by 10. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Gary Harris is out there with Jameer Nelson. And it's Chandler in at the 3 spot.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Nuggets.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
San Antonio making a switch here. Parker's checked in. And for so many fans, Greg, of Jokic, it wasn't a surprise to see his play blossom last season.
Yeah, and boy, did he. Jokic is so skilled for a big man, having played point guard growing up. Still very young and looks to be a star for a long time. And making plays for others, one of the many ways Millsap can beat him.
Parker passes to Gasol. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Knocked away. Nelson with the steal. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. The Nuggets also changing it up. Plumlee, he's checked in for Millsap, and it's Jamal Murray in for Harris. Here's Gay, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. While we have the chance, we'd like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Spurs.
I mean, it's about the pace they've played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
That's good from Gay. And we see the game of basketball gaining popularity, Steve, around the globe. Do you see a difference in the number of international players in the league now versus, say, when you came into the league?
You know, Kevin, back then I saw it. It was probably 90-10, 90% of guys from United States and then 10% international. That number right now is starting to grow. It is getting closer and closer to 50-50. And the reason why, scouts now with the technology, you can find a guy all over this globe, and guys are coming over here taking the game serious. I think it's going to come down to wherever you're from. If you're fundamentally sound, you have a chance to make it in the NBA.
And you know, Steve, a credit to current NBA and college coaches for making these summertime pilgrimages overseas to teach the kids in Yugoslavia and Serbia and all over the globe about the game of basketball. I think that has also sped up the development, and that's, again, a reflection of the international player coming to the NBA.
You're totally right. The global games and guys got to get a chance to see. I think it really started with the Dream Team, the original Dream Team. Everybody international are loving this game, and I think the players who listen and go out and work on their game, they have a better chance.
A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis Bertans comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Murray's subbed in for Manu Ginobili. And Denver also making a switch. Lyles checked in for Nikola Jokic. They get it back. Can't hit from in close.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
Murray kicks to Gay. Here's Bertans. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position. Does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling. That's his 4th foul of the evening. He needs to be careful now. Pick and choose where to be aggressive.
And stolen by Murray. Parker with it. Out guarded by Murray. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Parker dishes to Laverne. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Nelson against Parker. For the 3, Chandler. Again, the miss by Chandler.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night. The Spurs, a top 7 offensive team for the last 7 seasons. Their passing and perimeter shooting is what really sets them apart.
Gay passes to Laverne, and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
A moment here to see some stats for Parker. How last month turned out for him. He's right around 5 points a night, just over 2 steals and 5 assists. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
I mean, high-level feel for the game allows him to gamble with a purpose. Does he get burned once in a while? Sure, but not as often as he guesses right.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Parker's checked in for Murray. The Nuggets also changing it up. Hernan Gomez comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Gary Harris in for Jameer Nelson. The Spurs haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Popovich has done a great job of developing Tony Parker's entire game, and you're seeing it right now at the free throw line.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Laverne grabs the miss.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And they pick up 2.
Crafty move by Tony. Has a great feel for how to get his shot off in close quarters.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Bertans. And Denver with a change here too. Nelson's checked in for Murray. The Nuggets trail by 11. There's 53 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Harris. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Mills. Second shot opportunity, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board, then right back up.
For San Antonio, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
The Nuggets trail by 14. Nelson kicks to Harris. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on an 11-2 run. Mills. Denver grabs the miss.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good on the putback.
You know, there's others bigger, more athletic, but no one works harder than Paul Millsap.
And it's Laverne missing. And here's Nelson. The 3 ball. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Yeah, and a big-time 3 to cut it to single digits. They've kept it within reach, but they've got to pick up the intensity in this final quarter.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. It's the Spurs up by 9. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
We got to really snatch the ball.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. The Nuggets trail by 9. Skill tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. Mills and Manu at the guard. And it's Gasol at the 5. That's the San Antonio 5.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Nelson kicks to Millsap. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. Nelson's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Nelson dishes to Millsap. The pass to Fareed. He feeds it to Harris. Jokic a screen. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's good from Harris. And Harris drops them both. Spurs leading by 5. Ginobili kicks to Gasol. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Mills passes to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Nelson kicks to Jokic. Screen by Fareed, and the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his 3rd foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Hayes checked in. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nuggets. Nelson outside. Passes to Chandler. Fareed a screen on Aldridge. Fires the 3. Denver keeping it alive. A new 24. Chandler kicks to Jokic. Aldridge against Chandler. Back to Jokic. In the corner, it's Nelson. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And that's the shot Nelson's always relied on, and it served him well. He works nonstop on the perimeter, finding the space he needs to get good looks from beyond.
Here's Aldridge. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Decent when he entered the league. Aldridge has turned himself into a phenomenal free throw shooter.
Markers checked in for the Spurs. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And really about as good a free throw shooting team as you're going to see. We're getting plenty of proof of that tonight.
Nelson kicks to Fareed. Harris against Ginobili. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Nelson.
Solid defense from Tony. Reads the move well, knows exactly where he needs to be.
And it's Aldridge missing.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
Stolen by Ginobili. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Ginobili. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Chandler with a screen for Nelson. Chandler kicks to Jokic. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Gasol. It's Aldridge penetrating. And Fareed sends it back. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Nelson, no luck. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Here's Gay. And Chandler sends it back. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. And the basket by Harris.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. And Denver also making a switch. Millsap's checked in. They set the pick. Harris dishes to Millsap. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Spurs leading by 5. Leonard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass.
And right now, Kawhi stacking points, playing at the highest level.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
I think that's the thing. You can't give away 1 second now. You're toast.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points and chunks.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Thank you, David.
So much of rebound is about positioning, effort. No lack of it right there.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Let me tell you my vote. Whatever's the best look and takes the least amount of time.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And an intentional foul right there. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And here's Harris from the arc. Nails the tray.
No doubt about it. He's been a monster from deep.
By and large, defenders have done a poor job of running him off his spots. That's why he keeps firing.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The shot by Chandler, wide open. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That's why you want him at the line when the game is close. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific